Hindi or Urdu version is in description.
A doctor walks into a hospital to save lives. A mother leaves her child with someone she once trusted. A woman goes to work expecting an ordinary day. A wife spends decades with a man she married. Four women, different cities, ages, and background. Yet again the pattern is same. How dare she said no. None of them knew that within hours their lives would be changed forever. A woman's face would be burned with acid. One innocent child would never return home. One employee would be attacked inside her own office. And one wife will lose her life inside the house she had shared with her husband for years. This is not a story of a one nation or a one culture. This shows the toxic mindset that how rejection is refused time and again. These incidents revealed that how some individuals react when they cannot control the choices of others. And before the comment section turned into the battlefield, there's a one thing that we need to understand, that this video is not about just criticizing the men, but to understand how the future generation of men can be taught respect, responsibility and self-control so that they become the protectors of life rather than the destroyers of it. But before we dig into that, let's see what really happened. June 2026, Quetta, Pakistan. Civil Sandeman Hospital, one of the Balochistan's largest public hospitals. 29-year-old Dr. Mahnoor Nasir was doing what she had spent years studying to do, treating patients. Hospitals are supposed to be the places of healing, places where doctors fight death. But on that day, danger was waiting inside the hospital itself. According to the investigators, acid was suddenly thrown at Dr. Mahnoor while she was on duty. Within seconds, her world changed. The attack left burns on her face and body. Medical staff who normally save others suddenly found themselves trying to save one of their own. The man who did this, Humayun Shah, a contractual lift operator at the hospital, had repeatedly tried to establish a personal relationship with young doctor and had been harassing her for months. He was later killed in a police encounter. Dr. Mahnoor was first treated in Quetta before being airlifted to Karachi's Aga Khan University Hospital. According to some reports, she suffered from 70% burn. Doctors later reported that her condition had stabilized. However, she suffered serious eye injuries. Fortunately, her eyesight was preserved, but the physical injuries were only one part of the tragedy. Imagine the psychological trauma she would suffer from her entire life. Across Pakistan, doctors reacted with outrage. Medical associations launched protests. Hospital staff demanded better security, but questions began echoing across social media. If a doctor is not safe inside a hospital, then who is? The incident sparked national debate about workplace safety, particularly for women working in public institutions. Yet as shocking as this case was, there is another incident happened in Pakistan that shows that danger doesn't always come from the strangers. It can come from the people that are closest to us. Karachi, Orangi town, a neighborhood waking up to what seemed like an ordinary morning. But inside Pakistan Bazaar police station, something unusual happened. A 64-year-old man walked in. His name was Ali Akbar. He told police officers he had committed a murder. At first, police reportedly struggled to believe him. Then they checked, and what they found shocked even experienced investigators. At his home, officers discovered the body of his 58-year-old wife, Asma. According to police, she had been struck with an iron rod more than 9 times. The weapon was allegedly handed over by the suspect himself. During questioning, Ali Akbar told investigators that an argument had begun after his wife refused his demand for sexual intimacy. The disagreement escalated, and within no time, a woman who had spent years building a family was gone. The couple had raised 4 children, 2 sons 2 daughters, a lifetime of shared experiences, all destroyed in a single night. For many observers, the most disturbing part was not just the violence but the motive behind it, because the incident highlighted a dangerous belief still present in some of the parts of the society, and that is marriage somehow gives one person ownership over another. But marriage is not ownership, and no relationship removes a person's right to make decisions about their own body. As this was happening in Pakistan, another horrifying story was unfolding across the border in India, and this time the victim was not even old enough to understand what was happening to him. Firozabad district, Uttar Pradesh, a child named Arav, only around 1.5 years old, a child too young to speak clearly, too young to understand conflict, and too young to know that adults can make terrible choices. According to the police investigations, Viraj, also known as Jatendra Pathak, had been involved in a dispute connected to Arav's mother. Investigators say tensions grew after the disagreements surrounding a relationship and marriage. But what happened next shocked the entire country. He took his anger out on an innocent child. CCTV footage captured the horrifying incident where he slammed the child on a floor again and again. Witnesses later described seeing the accused carrying the child after this heinous act. The child was later found unresponsive and eventually died. Forensic evidence and CCTV footage became central to the investigation. During questioning after his arrest, the accused admitted his responsibility while attempting to justify his actions through personal grievances. But there is a reality that no explanation can erase. A child had nothing to do with adult disagreements. A child had no role in relationship disputes, and a child had no power over marriage decisions. Yet, a child lost his life. But sadly, the violence was not over. About hundreds of kilometers away in Punjab, another woman was about to discover how dangerous a rejection can be. Mohali, Punjab, Sector 66. An ordinary workday. Employees focused on their jobs, phones ringing, computers running, meetings taking place. Then, suddenly, everything turned into a nightmare. 30 years old Dimple was working at her office when her ex-boyfriend broke into her office. According to the police investigations, Dimple and Harvinderman Singh had previously been in a relationship. The relationship ended approximately 6 months earlier. Investigators say that Harvinderman, also known as Harry, was attempting to revive the relationship, but Dimple had already moved on. And then came the confrontation. Security cameras captured what happened next. Co-workers watched in horror as the situation escalated. He stabbed Dimple multiple times with a sharp knife. Several employees tried to intervene, but within moments the attack turned deadly. After the assault, the accused attempted to harm himself before both individuals were rushed to the hospital. Doctors declared Dimple dead on arrival, while Harry survived. The footage quickly spread across news channels and social media. Many viewers left asking the same question: why couldn't he simply accept the end of the relationship? Because the truth is that the rejection is a normal part of life. Relationship ends, people move on, and feelings change. But when someone starts believing another person belongs to them, rejection becomes something they view as an attack rather than a decision. And that mindset can become dangerous. Different cases, different cities, different victims, but the pattern is same. In each of the cases, woman exercised her right to say no. No to a proposal, no to a relationship, no to a demand, and no to surrendering her own wishes. And for some men, that one word become unbearable. Not because the rejection is a crime, but somehow along the way they were taught that their desires have more values than a woman's choice. They were taught that love means ownership, that masculinity means control, and a woman who refuses them somehow challenging their authority. This video is not about just the women's rights. It's about how can we teach our men to live in society and how can they coexist with women. Because the real tragedy is not just how many lives are being destroyed, but also that so many boys are being raised with a version of manhood that is built on entitlement rather than a respect. The world needs men who can understand that everyone has a choice to make their own decisions. The world needs men who can bear the word no, and men who can understand that the real strength is not forcing someone to stay, but having a maturity to let them go. And with this, stay informed, take care of yourself, and be safe. If you like this video, then I would request you to check out our other videos as well. The link is in description.